We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo taking on the Washington Commanders. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! Cam Akers hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dragons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This pass out wide to Hall. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line. Howell out of the shotgun. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 48.
Throwing here, Howell. Flush to his and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Howell down to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Bronco.
Howell going to go for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll work down inside the 45. When you look at this defense, they come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. 3rd and 20. Throwing is Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Having met a corner that's worth the salt yet, but ever admits to worrying about man coverage. Found the play there, breaking that pass up.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Cam Akers with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Commanders nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's Samuel, caught left side. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80, go.
And Howe will throw it. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's good for a Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Howe. There's Hall bringing in another one. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. These two teams getting a couple of late-season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And check down, complete to Hall. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Hal, he'll look to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Hal. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Touchdown, Washington. Breece Hall from 6 yards away. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, here's Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Hurts. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great effort there. 58 yards. And the Dragons go up by 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Commanders 7. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check. Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers. Go.
Back to throw. Howell. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. But 1st down, Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, 73. Carl Leviani. Hey, easy, 63, pass.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Akers trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
19 Lions.
On first down, Howell. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Howell. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And quickly they get to the line.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Trap 60, trap 60.
3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Commanders 7. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply... a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
18, Pioneer.
Howell down to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Keely Ringo picks it off. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. So an opening drive interception to begin this 2nd half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the 2nd half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Going right back to Akers. Oh, he shifts past him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 10.
Hey, Silver, 63, 63, 63.
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. Touchdown! Devontae Smith, 38 yards. And the Dragons have opened the lead up to 30. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Commanders 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here. And now here is another interception. It's Sidney Brown with it, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game, and Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
A tackle made by J.T. Woods. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Hurts on the option right. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
19 tight.
And once more, Howe back to the air. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Albert Okwuegbunam. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
73! 73!
They'll go again here with Akers. 74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts. Yeah, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times in reverse.
There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. And touchdown. Cam Akers with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Dragons have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. And Howe will throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Howe. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards there on a Washington first. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 69 yards. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Howe throwing for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
No, touch it. No, touch it.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
No, touch it.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. Fighting him off. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
No, touch it.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw. Howell eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Second down. Howell now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
That's good for Washington.
First down, Howell to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for two. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it. And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
No touch that.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Tokyo, they move back